is going to briefly go over imperial conversions. Conversions are things where we're going from one unit to another, so seconds to, say, days, or miles to feet, things like that. Sometimes you'll also hear the term dimensional analysis. That refers to the setup that we're going to use for conversions. The best way to teach it is just to show an example. So, for example, let's go from 600 seconds and let's convert that to days. Anytime we're doing conversions, the first thing that you need to decide on are the conversion factors, the equivalent statements that are going to get you from your starting unit to your ending units. Well, off the top of my head, I have no idea how many seconds are in a day, but I do know how many seconds are in a minute. I know that I have 60 seconds in 1 minute. Well, my problem doesn't ask me for minutes. I don't know how many minutes are in a day either, but I do know how many minutes are in an hour. Almost there now. Hours to days. I know that one. 24 hours per 1 day. Now to double check, I see that I have my starting unit present in my equivalent statements. I have my ending unit present in my equivalent statements. Means I'm good to move on to the next step. Whenever I teach this section, I usually say, set up your boxes. And when I say that, I mean just that. We are going to set up a series of boxes in order to cancel out all of the units except the ones that I am ultimately looking for. Days. This first one, so my first section here, this is over 1. So you can put a 1 in this box. I usually like to put a smiley face. It's easier to remember that nothing else interesting goes there. I know that my seconds need to cancel. I don't want them. I want them to go away. So I go up here to my equivalent statements and I find seconds. There they are. Since that's the unit that I'm looking for, that's the number that also must go in this first box. Since I used that first piece, I'm going to go ahead and cross it out. But I can't move on until I have used both pieces of this equivalent statement. Seconds on the bottom, 1 minute on the top. So this top and bottom on a box right here must be one of your equal statements. Top and bottom must be the same thing. Seconds cancel. Leave me with minutes. Now, I didn't want minutes. My problem says days. So I need another box. I'm in minutes. There's my next minutes with the number. 60 minutes. On the top, 1 hour. I crossed out both sections of my equivalent statement. Onward to the next box. I'm still not to days. Minutes, cancel, hours. Still not there. Hours. There they are, 24 hours, 1 day, both pieces of that conversion factor, hours cancel, and I'm left with days. Huzzah! That's the one I was looking for. Our next step is to multiply all the way across the top. 600 times 1 times 1 times 1, lucky for us, is 600. Now we have to multiply all the way across the bottom. 60 times 24 is 86400. Now we divide top by bottom for a final answer of 0.00694, repeating, days. Now your last step would be to convert this into the proper number of significant figures, but I will cover that in another video. So suffice it to say for now that your answer can have no more important numbers than the number that you started with. So my answer has both a number and a unit, and we'll call that good enough for now. Please make sure to check out my significant figures video for a few more details on sig figs. Let's do another example. Let's see. Let's convert 385 miles, and let's take those to inches. Same deal. I have no idea how many inches are in that mile, so we're going to have to come up with some equal statements. Miles to inches, I got nothing. I do know miles to feet. (5,280 feet equal 1 mile. Miles, check. Still need inches. Don't have them yet. 1 foot has 12 inches. My starting unit is present, as is my ending unit. On to setting up our boxes. 385 miles. Remember, nothing interesting here, just a 1. So I like my smiley face. Miles on top, I want them to go away. Means they must next appear on the bottom in order for me to cancel them. Must use both pieces of my equivalent statement before I can move on. So on top, 5,280 feet. Miles cancel. I'm left with feet. I don't want feet. I want inches, gosh darn it. So, one more step. 1 foot. 1 foot. 12 inches on top. Feet cancel. Leaves me with inches. What I was looking for. Sounds good to me. So, 385 times 5,280 times 12. Divided by the bottom, which is 1 in this case. Gotta love it when they turn out nice and simple like that. And don't forget your units. Just in case you have already watched the significant figures video, there are 3 sig figs in this number here. And all of my conversion factors do not count in my sig fig calculation because they are constants. They do not change. Means my final answer can have no more than 3 sig figs. 1 sig fig, 2 sig fig, 3 sig fig, So all of these numbers I must turn into something non-significant. All I can do are zeros. 2, 4, that 9 tells me to round. So we could leave our answer like that. Or, if you've watched my scientific notations video, we could put this guy in scientific notation. Pretend like there's a decimal all the way here in the back. Bounce it forward until there is but 1 number in front of the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches. So 2 different ways, same answer. I hope that clarifies any issues you were having with imperial conversions. Metric conversions will be next.